We begin in the Middle East. Israel intensifying attacks on Lebanon now. The Israeli military says a series of strikes has killed the head of Hezbollah's communication network. One of the airstrikes also cut off a main highway that's been used by tens of thousands of people fleeing the war. And for the first time in nearly 2 months, sirens are blasting in southern Israel. Now, Israel once again telling people to evacuate, saying anyone near a Hezbollah facility risks their life. NewsNation's Robert Sherman has the very latest from northern Israel. So, Robert, what is the situation like on the ground where you are?
Yeah, Kelly, it's been a very tense day here along Israel's border with Lebanon. Our view throughout the day has seen a number of interceptions taking place in the skies, time and time again here in Haifa. We've heard the sirens here, and people have been running in and out of bomb shelters as a result of that. It has been a very active environment here. This is some of what we've seen just over the span of the last couple of hours here. On the ground in Lebanon, the situation is very active as well, with Israeli troops operating on Lebanese soil. These are some of the videos that they've been putting out today of the weapons caches and the Hezbollah infrastructure that they've been toppling there. But this has not been without cost, as the IDF has released the names now of 9 of their soldiers who have been killed in action operating in Lebanon. And the tensions are not exclusive to the north. We've also seen a lot of activity from the Houthis in Yemen this week. This is a video that they just put out of them hitting a cargo ship in the Red Sea this week. That group vowing to not back down their activities until Israel relents in both Gaza and Lebanon. Despite all this tension, though, President Biden remaining firm in his belief that a wider war can be avoided.
I don't believe there's going to be an all-out war. I think we can avoid it, but there's a lot to do yet. We've already helped Israel. We continue to. We're going to protect Israel.
We've also heard the president acknowledge that the decision is Israel's and Israel's alone when it comes to how and when they will respond to Iran's salvo here earlier this week. The one thing that the president has said that he does not want to see are strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. Kelly?
Yeah. And Robert, so the Israelis, they've been ramping up these airstrikes on Beirut as well. Do you know what they're specifically targeting there?
Yeah, there's been over a dozen of them in the last 24 hours, and some of them have had different targets. One of them was on an intelligence headquarters for Hezbollah, which we saw getting hit yesterday. But then you also had some of these strikes overnight, and we have been able to independently confirm through IDF sources that one of the targets in these overnight strikes, Hashim Safieddine, a possible successor to Hassan Nasrallah to assume leadership in Hezbollah. It is still unclear if he was eliminated in any of those strikes. However, the Israelis have continued to re-up their stance that as long as northern Israel is threatened, they will continue to carry out these operations both by air and on the ground in Lebanon. Kelly?
Yeah, certainly intensifying. All right, Robert Sherman, thank you for that update.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.